I'm on half term at the moment. I've been trying things out with my systems, trying to improve the way that it works for me and supports me in the classroom. And one thing I've been using a lot while I've been building has been sync blocks. Sync blocks were released by Notion last year. An incredibly powerful function of the Notion system, and one which, when it was released last year, was the subject of much excitement across social media and across YouTube. But there's a use case of it, a functionality which I've not heard anyone really talk about, and I think is so powerful because it's probably the primary way in which I use sync blocks. So stick about to the end to see exactly what that use case is. You're watching Notion for Teachers. I'm Andrew. Hit subscribe and the bell icon and you'll catch all of my videos every single week. It's my mission with the channel to support you in building and maintaining your system in Notion in order that your system works for you rather than you working for it. So sync blocks, synchronized blocks, maybe the clues in the name that we can take a block that we particularly like and we can synchronize it across different places in our system. I'm going to jump right into Notion straight away and start to show you exactly how I use sync blocks to help me in building and trying things out without ever permanently committing to any particular setup. Let's jump into Notion right now and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so here we are, we jump into Notion, okay, and what we're talking about today is these sync blocks. I have created this nice block that I like to have accessible to me when I'm teaching any lesson for any class, okay. I've created this sort of standardized block, you've seen it in my other videos maybe. And what I want to be able to do is try and drop that block or access that block in different parts of my Notion system in order that I can try and set it up in places that are most accessible to me and most useful to me. So I'm not going to go into too much detail on what's in each of the sections of this block called Today's Lesson. But essentially, this is all the info that I need to access when I'm teaching the example class. And each of these areas has a table within it, which is filtered to show me exactly that information relating to what I'm teaching, what I taught in the last lesson today and in the next lesson for that group, what I need to remember in every single lesson, such as taking the register, any one-off actions that I need to take in that lesson, anything related to discipline, anything related to homeworks for that group. Okay, so synced blocks, all right? So the scenario here is that you have a particular block within your Notion system that you're particularly happy with. You've taken a lot of time to set it up, you're really happy with the content within it, and you're just not sure maybe where to put it in your system and where you're going to need to use it and where you want to make it most accessible to yourself. So what I've done is I've got this Today's Lesson block, and I've talked about this in other videos, so I'm not going to go into great detail on it now, but essentially, as per the headings here, I just want to be in any given lesson when I'm teaching the example class. I want to know what I was teaching last lesson, what I'm teaching today, and what I'm going to be teaching in the next lesson with that group. There's certain things I want to remember every single lesson, such as doing the register. There are one-off tasks that I need to remember with that class. There's discipline related issues that I need to track, and then there's homework issues that I need to track, okay? And that's a set block, really happy with it, takes some time working out whether that's the right block for me. I'm not going to go into further detail on that today, but essentially what I'm finding in my lessons is that that block's maybe not set in the right place in the system for me. And what I want to do is to try it in different places, okay? So as simple as this, what I can do now in Notion, I can click on the 6 dots over to the side here, and I can say copy link to block, okay? And that's copied that link to that block onto the clipboard. And I can then go into any other page in Notion, okay? And I can copy and I can paste that link onto this separate page in Notion. So I will do it down here at the bottom, Control V. There we have, that's the link to that block, paste and sync. I'll click paste and sync. And there we are, today's lesson for the example class is now pasted twice onto this page, okay? It tells us here that we're editing that particular block in 4 places in total. Once in this particular block, and then 3 other times is also on this page, on the today's lessons dashboard, and on my example class project page, okay? Just different places that I've maybe wanted to access or use that block. I'm going to delete that altogether because I don't need it to be twice on the same page. Different places that I want to be able to access and try using that block to find out where works best for me. Where's it most convenient for me to have that block? And actually what I'm finding recently is, and this is a bit of an insight into what my next video is going to be about, is my new Today's Lessons dashboard, okay? Where I'm pulling together all the info that I want to have in one place at the one time. Okay, and here on this dashboard, I've actually found that it's best to have each of my Today's Lessons blocks for each class all on the same page. So that's what I'm now doing. I've got the Today's Lesson block for the example class here on a page, along with the Today's Lessons blocks for each of the other groups, 3A, 4C, 5D, etc. Okay, and there is that block. And look, the beauty is a sync block. So if I go in here, if there's been a change in the timetable, very quickly drop it in here. And actually we're teaching them period 5 today, and then teaching them period 6 as well. Okay, I've dropped that in to the block here on the Today's Lessons dashboard, and I'm going to go across and look where I've got the same block on a different page, and lo and behold, the period numbers have updated accordingly as well. And we'll just check on the example class within the projects page. Okay, here we have, yeah, periods 5 and 6, that has now updated. And okay, look, let's change back. It's 1, it's 1, it's 1, it's 1, and there it is, it's updated back to 1 and 1. Okay, so that's your sync block. Super powerful way of just trying things out. If you've got a particular part of your system, like a block that you're particularly happy with in your system, leave it there. Go and sync that block across your systems, try it out in different places, find out what works best for you.